Hello and happy Friday. I don't know, my creative brain just gets going when it comes time for campaign season, and the thought that hit me, because I wanted to kind of connect with you all on a weekly basis. I say that, I'm not making any promises, but we're going to start out strong here. But I wanted to have something to share with you each week, rather than just saying, hi, keep donating money, which we do need you to do. So I'll be mentioning that. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun to come up with just like an FBS memory each week and to share it with you? So that is my current intention. It is our sprinkle campaign season. So before I get into that memory, I wanted to just mention to you again, we have a goal of reaching $35,000 every time we prayerfully decide on what the amount that we're going to hopefully achieve that year. It just seems like a big old mountain in front of me. But hey, God moves mountains and God provides, and He absolutely has for our music ministry. I was encouraged today. I was encouraged on a number of accounts. Got a donation in the mail today from a sweet follower and friend of the ministry. That was encouraging. Also heard from another new donor as of last year who said, yep, my donation's in the mail. And so super encouraging. So we're just looking to the Lord, and we're seeing some money come in, but we've got a big goal and we've got a big God. And so there'll be links with each one of these videos as to how and ways you can donate. So by phone or sending in a check, or of course on our website. Well, the memory that literally instantly came to my mind as I started thinking about this was the first concert of Forever Be Sure back in January 2008. So long ago. Let's see. Yeah, almost 18 years ago. I had been writing music. I and my sister, my brother-in-law also had written a song. So we had been writing for about a year and a half, because back in May 2006 is when we started writing songs for Forever Be Sure officially. And it just took off for me. And so I was writing quite a few songs in that period of time, and lo and behold, we came up with enough songs to put together a full concert. And I didn't take meticulous notes at the time, but I guess we were singing all of the songs that we had in our collection at that concert. And so it included, this is kind of fun, we actually never published this piano piece because it's actually not public domain. And so but we did have fun with it for that inaugural concert. My mom, my sister, and I, 3 people, played a piano trio. And how we worked it, it's a version of Victory in Jesus. We still have it somewhere in our archive, but it was kind of fun because it was like my mom would play the first portion, and then we'd quick swap out the next person to start the next section, and then we'd swap it out. So it's kind of like musical chairs on the piano bench. That was a fun memory. But the memory that stands out to me the most is that my mom and I, you just have to know us. When we get together, sometimes it can be quite funny. And we all have nerves. And so, yeah, you're up on the stage performing. People think we don't get nervous. Well, we were nervous, but we did it anyway, right? This is what the Lord, an opportunity the Lord opened up to us. So it was my home church at the time. It was Chisago Lakes Baptist Church. My husband was a youth pastor there. And so in January, we had planned, they graciously allowed us to have our initial concert then. And so I had even months, I'm sure, leading up to this, I had sent all these cutesy little invitations to all the people that I knew at the time. Of course, we didn't really have a database at the time. We just had friends, friends from college or friends from the area or friends from other churches or whatever. And so we would collect addresses and send an invite or whatever. That was a long process. But anyway, we get to the night of the inaugural concert, and I don't think I will ever forget. I think I was driving. It took 17 minutes to get from my house to the church, and we pull into the parking lot. And of course, it's January in the Midwest, so it's pitch black dark. It was probably 7 p.m. concert, so maybe we pulled in at 6 or whatever. And I just remember we pulled in, and my mom said something I'll never forget. She's like, "Girls, why in the world are we doing this?" She was kidding, of course, but we were nervous. She was nervous, clearly. And I just remember her saying, "Why in the world are we doing this?" And probably shortly following that, we had a word of prayer to calm our nerves. But that was a fun time. So the concert consisted of course, that piano trio, but we had a number of vocal numbers, and the singers that night were myself, my husband, my sister, my brother-in-law, so Heidi and Rob Fuller, and then my other in-laws on the other side. So my husband's brother, Andrew, and his wife, Hannah. So it was a sixsome. And we sang a lot of songs at night. Guys, usually we practice and we memorize songs and then sing them for like a full week of tour. We memorized these songs, and we didn't, we sang one concert, one and done. Actually, the next day, I think, is when we went to record our very first CD. So yeah, lots of memories. Just crazy to think of how things get started. You know, you hear these small businesses starting up in somebody's basement. Well, it was kind of like that for us. But yeah, wow, fun memories. Crazy to think how God has his hand on all of it, why we even got started. And even to this day, almost 18 years later, he continues to fuel it. He continues to bring in friends like you and people who want to support what we're doing. And we're doing a lot more these days than we did previously. Pursuing excellence in what we do and trying to improve the quality and et cetera, et cetera. So that is my first memory for you this week, when my mother said, "What in the world are we doing?" Thankfully, God only knows the answer to that. And it was his idea. And the more that we go along, I realized it was his idea all along. I was God's idea. You were God's idea. I love how God is sovereign and guides our footsteps. And so, hey, that's my memory today. Check out the links to donate if you can, if the Lord leads you. And we're just looking to him for provision. All right, take care.